But yeah, so we're going to start off with, let's jump into it, everybody. We're going to take a look at Thursday Night Football, the season opener. Dak Prescott returns, and the Dallas Cowboys are playing against Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's take a look at and listen at this play.
The towel on his head on the bench. He's the man who's fumble created the short drive. Low snap. Now Prescott throws. That's going to be caught in the end zone by Amari Cooper. Touchdown. Cowboys in a tight formation. And his fumble created.
All right. So, refreshing this. This is a big night for Dak. A lot of pressure. There's definitely pressure on him.
Yeah.
You get paid. You're this $40 million quarterback now for the Dallas Cowboys. You had the ankle injury last year. There's a shoulder injury heading into the season this year. And you're going up against the defending Super Bowl champions. You're America's team. Self-proclaimed America's team.
Yeah.
Going up against the Super Bowl champs, defending Super Bowl champs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Holy Christ, 3 years ago, I would have never seen this happening.
Yeah.
This being a season opener game. But it was interesting. It was very good. And, Dak had a lot to overcome in this game. They lost their guard, Zach Martin, due to COVID. This offensive line is not what it used to be, not what it was when Dak first came into the league. And, he dealt with a lot, but they also Dallas asked Dak Prescott to do a lot in this game. He threw 58 times.
Yeah.
Which for somebody with a supposedly bum shoulder, that's a lot, that's a lot of throwing. But he had a significant game. I think he threw for like 400-something yards, had a couple touchdowns. Dak had a significant day, and they were in it till the end. I was rooting for Dallas, in this game to kind of pull off an upset, but just because I know how much that Dak gets criticized. People don't think he's a good quarterback. I think he showed a lot of promise here. But my focus for this episode, for this film study session, is not just on Dak Prescott. One of the biggest criticisms this weekend was the Ezekiel Elliott usage.
Sure.
Right? Fantasy owners, how do I say this without insulting people? I guess people with a basic understanding of the way football works seen it as, oh my God, why did I draft Zeke so high? Oh my God, Zeke is trash.
Right.
You see the numbers. Everybody always looks at the numbers, and sometimes numbers don't lie. But in this game, Zeke was not used for a running attack. Why? Well, Tampa Bay boasts one of the best running defenses in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's good that they did not try to run with him. It would have been pointless. And they tried a couple times. They just couldn't get anything going.
Yeah.
So the way that the game script unfolded, the way that Mike McCarthy and company wanted, and Kellen Moore wanted to attack this Tampa Bay team was, using Zeke as picking up blocks and pass protection. And thank God he did. Throughout the night, Zeke picked up, a number of potential sacks against Dak Prescott. He might have only taken one sack in that game, maybe. It felt like forever ago, but he might have taken one sack. So, of course, they're using the tight ends as extra blockers. They're doing a good job of giving Dak time because, listen, love him or hate him, Dallas has two of the best wide receivers in the game today. One of the best 1-2 punches at wide receiver in the NFL right now. Nobody's going to deny that. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. And, of course, he had Wayne Gallman, adding to that as well, who's talented in his own right. But I wanted to look at today. I wanted to hone in on the, of course we're going to look at Dak. But I wanted to show you why Zeke was used. And this is only just one example of, what Zeke had to, what they needed Zeke to do this week and help protect Dak. Zeke is one of the better blocking running backs, I think. He's really good at getting low to the ground. He could pop up, push up, and we're going to see that a little bit here. But, love what Zeke brings to the table, and it was definitely very beneficial for the sake of Dak Prescott and this Cowboys offense. So let's get this play. Let's take a look at the personnel. We have 11 personnel, and, again, one running back, one tight end. I believe it's Dalton Schultz. Maybe. I think he's on that left side.
Yeah, he's got his hand down.
He's got his hand in the dirt. Shotgun, twins right. All right, we have two wide receivers on the right-hand side. Our X is at the top. I believe that is Amari Cooper. He's technically designated wide receiver 1. I believe that's CeeDee Lamb and Wayne Gallman here on the bottom. For the defense, All right, we're looking at some kind of nickel package here. They're obviously very deep into the red zone. Not quite a goal line defense yet, but yeah, we got looking like a cover 2 man. At least that's how we see it when the play unfolds. Other than that, I mean, Zeke's to Dak's right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 6 people. I wouldn't say in the box, but pretty much on the line. No, they got like a 4-3 kind of going on. It's very strange. But let's start to watch this play unfold. All right, Zach. I'm gonna call him Zach. I don't know why I'm calling Zach. Zeke and Dak had a baby. It's Zach.
Jones with a towel on his
All right, so he hikes the ball, and right there, I want to kick this off with again Dak not being able to. Dak gets a lot of criticism for being a guy who can't overcome things. If you're watching this play, and for those listening at home, not watching the audio version, I know I've been slacking getting them up to YouTube. My apologies, but it will be up, I promise. This is the second quarter, 4:25 left, 2nd and 3 on the line of scrimmage. I believe it's on the 5-yard line. Yeah, it's got to be on the 5-yard line. And there's a low snap.
Yeah.
How that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing to overcome right now. The perfect amount of time to make a decision, right? I think that a good enough time for an NFL-level quarterback is like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
You're spending a second to a second and a half trying to pick the ball up off the ground. And this does hit the ground. Dak catches it, picks it up off of a bounce. So,
before you play it, too, the other thing I'm noticing is it's a delayed release from CeeDee Lamb. And the formation that they're in, yes, it's shotgun and it's swings right. The other thing it just occurred to me is that's called a stack, the way those wide receivers are lined up.
Okay.
Where you have one, his front foot's like on the back heel of the other wide receiver that he's paired up with.
Okay.
And that's in the stack. And a lot of times that's used for rubs. So you're purposely going to use a delay where the wide receiver gets off the ball later than the other one. And he's going to use the first receiver to kind of carve a path for him to sneak.
Kind of like an optional route. I mean, they could have a designated route, but
yeah,
you could probably have some kind of optional route, like, oh, yeah, you can go this way.
Sure.
Something like that. So
yeah, you're going to, based on, it might be even like, I mean, there's so many variations, but.
Oh, of course.
Based on the way the first wide receiver is able to run his route, that, yes, the option could be for the next guy to, maybe he does a curl into the middle of the field, or maybe he's got to take it outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but and then if you ever want to watch a wide receiver and how to win at the line of scrimmage, we've talked about Devontae Adams in previous episodes, I know for sure.
Yes.
But Amari Cooper's also very good at getting off the line. He does it in very different ways from snap to snap. He using his feet. Right now he's going to chop. And he's just trying to sell with his hips. He's breaking into it right now, but the way he chops his feet and moves his hips, it's all a sell to try and get a cornerback to go just the slightest one way or the other so he can set up his route.
No, absolutely. Yeah, Amari Cooper is one of the best route runners. He even had a quote that he believes he's one of the best wide receivers in the league, but he just hasn't proven it yet.
Yep.
And what an incredibly humbling thing. He definitely did ball out on Thursday Night Football. Let's play this. Let's play this a little bit further.
Short drive.
All right, so there. Yeah, there's a couple second runoff. Dak's, struggling. His footwork is not in a very good spot right now. They're trying to pick this ball up and get it. The wide receivers are already off the line. There's CeeDee Lamb on the bottom of the screen. He's right where the 2nd and 3 kind of graphic. Right, that is him, I think.
Yeah, CeeDee was the one that was furthest back.
Yeah, furthest back. You can tell he's starting to get off the line now, and Amari's, got his approach going. This team, this
tight end is falling to a knee.
Yeah,
not
ideal. That might be Blake Jarwin. I don't even know. I think that might be Blake Jarwin, not Dalton Schultz. But this defense sees it, right? We just said this defense is one of the best pass rushing defenses in the league. Run defense, best front 7, so to speak. And when you see a botched snap, you send the house, right? You gotta send the house. There's confusion right now, and again, Dak has this stigma. This offensive line isn't very great. If you send the house, there's a good chance. There's a good chance for a sack, a potential turnover. There's blood in the water right here.
Yep.
And But, I mean, of course, Dak recovers it. You can see Zeke out to the right. He acknowledges, I mean, I'm sure it was designed for him to do some blocking as well, but I'm sure he acknowledges that, Dak's in trouble. This is his weak side right now. Let's pick it up. Because I believe he does end up shuffling into the center, like right behind the center and the guard. Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay, forgive me for that. There's another play that he did. But as you can tell, we stopped it there. With everything, with that bobble.
The short drive.
All right, with that bobble, it takes Dak a second, literally, 2 seconds after, I think, of runoff here, for this to unfold. And listen, if Zeke is not in pass protection, if he's not blocking for Dak Prescott right now, Dak's getting popped on his blind side.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting his shit rocked. It's gonna be bad. And that's what was the beauty of Ezekiel Elliott. People were just so easy, like ready and eager to criticize him. Zeke for what? But it was perfect. Running backs are such multifaceted tools. They're, in a sense, they're kind of like tight ends, except they can take a handoff and run the ball. Tight ends are good for their catching and blocking ability, where running backs, they're getting paid more because they have to pick up blocks. They really good running backs take catches, and they also have to, obviously run the ball well.
Yeah,
that's a big important part. But as you can see, Zeke hitting this gives Dak just enough time to get the ball off to Amari Cooper, who's running a what do we call it? A hitch route.
Yeah.
So let that unfold.
Snap.
Yeah, little push there from Zeke, and then as soon as that ball releases, I don't know if Amari Cooper has a sixth sense, but he cuts back. He just knows to be there. It is great placement on Dak Prescott's part, and just great awareness on Amari Cooper's.
Now Prescott throws. That's going to be caught.
Yeah.
In the end zone by Amari Cooper. Touchdown.
And that sets them up. I think Zerline misses the extra point here, but they're pretty close. So, I want people to realize if I do anything here, I want to. I hate when players get criticized. I mean, I know it's a part of football culture is criticizing people, but if I do anything with these film studies, film rooms, I want to help enlighten people that hey, they don't suck. Things are just happen that way. When it comes to quarterbacks, all right, people always blame quarterbacks for when things go wrong. Well, it's very much not the truth. Zeke, all over the internet, Zeke is a bust. Why did I draft him? Game script, everybody.
Yep.
It's not about your fantasy leagues. It's not about your fantasy scores. It's not about your fantasy points. It's about winning football games. And while Dallas did not win a football game, they were pretty damn close to knocking off the Super Bowl champs. Mm-hmm. And they look good. So let's watch this play unfold once more.
The short drive.
There's the bobble. Big block from Zeke.
That's going to be caught in the end
and a beautiful placed touchdown pass to Coop.
Yeah, that was that. I love that play for a few reasons. Jarwin's actually recovers to make the block.
Yes,
surprisingly, when we first froze it there for anyone watching it, you see your tight end with one knee on the ground in the backfield. Normally spelling doom. The other thing that I liked a lot about this play is I do think that Dak made an educated decision there going to Cooper, not just because he felt that he had the best one-on-one option, but when the play kind of looked like it could be like a kind of moment.
Broken, right.
He would have an opportunity of, hey, I'm going to throw this to Cooper, probably a low-risk throw.
Right.
He's one-on-one. He'll at least be able to contest, maybe come down with it. Maybe it goes incomplete. Maybe I have to throw it out of the end zone. Because he never, after he has to pick up the ball, he never gets a chance to look right.
No,
which is smart.
No chance to make his reads. I mean, if we can watch this play one more time, he looks right for Amari Cooper because that's his most dependable target. CD's had a couple bad drops at this point, and Gallup is good, but he's no Amari Cooper.
Right.
So let's take a look. Yeah. So he bobbles it, drops it. He's looking left the whole time. If you can see that, he knows he's going Amari Cooper's way. And actually, you can see Amari Cooper looking back at him. So he's aware that the ball is probably coming his way. That's probably like a little impromptu, just chemistry signal between that. Amari needs to hit his break soon, hit his cutback, and come and get this thing. Yep.
Now Prescott throws.
It was beautiful.
All arm strength.
All arm strength.
Yep. Was not able to step into his throw. He had to backpedal the whole time. and just delivered a
He did.
dime.
It was a dime. It certainly was a dime. An appropriately titled dime.
Yes.
At that. So that's Dak Prescott. That's Zeke Elliott. That was the Cowboys offense. I do got to give him credit. That offense was very, very fun to watch this weekend. I thought Mike McCarthy, well, I think it's more of a Kellen Moore kind of thing. But Mike McCarthy, of course, is an offensive-minded guy too. That was the most fun I think I've seen Dallas's offense in some time.
Yeah.
Even when they were like really good in 2016, Dak and Zeke's breakout year, I don't think they looked that fun.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of trickery, a lot of stuff, and again, the fact that they could trust Dak to throw the ball nearly 60 times and, you know, put up the kind of yards that he does, it's a good sign. Of course, you always want to establish a run, but he had a pretty good completion percentage.
Yeah.
Tampa couldn't stop it.
No.
They couldn't slow him down. So kudos to Dak. Very happy for his return in the game, and he looked very good. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table.
319! 399! Hunt! 3-3!
Yeah, spot.
Blue 50!